Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. I'm very excited for today's video because we are going to be trying out a brand new brand that I have never tried before, and it's also quite heavily spoken about at the moment. So I am very intrigued, very curious, and I'm just really excited to give you guys all of my first impressions and thoughts, and that brand is Jones Road. So we are going to get into what Jones Road is all about. I have so many products here that I purchased myself that we are going to be putting on the face, including the foundation, which is definitely a hot topic right now. So I hope you guys are going to enjoy this first impression. Let me know all of your thoughts in the comments. If you tried any products from the brand, what are your own reviews? And hit the thumbs up button if you like videos like these, and subscribe if you want to join the fam. And without further ado, let's get into it. So I think the first thing we should do is talk a little bit about Jones Road as a brand, because this, like I said, is the very first time that I'm trying this, and I don't really know too much about the brand other than the fact that Bobbi Brown founded it. So I went to the website, and it speaks a little bit about the philosophy of the brand. It is a bridge between high performance and clean makeup. It also seems like a lot of the makeup products are definitely much more geared towards the more natural looking makeup look. It doesn't seem like it's very much geared towards the full glam type of makeup. It kind of gives me like Kosas, Ilia, Say brand vibes. Okay, so we're just gonna jump right into the products. I'm going to start off first with the Hippie Balm. So this is called the Hippie Stick Everywhere Balm, and this is essentially a moisturizing stick. From the product description on the website, it says that you can use it on the face, on the body, and even on the hair, which is really interesting. It acts as a barrier against the elements, a buttery and non-draggy everywhere moisturizer that smells like bliss. It does smell like bliss. It smells very spa-like. To push it up, you actually push it up from the bottom over here, which is also really interesting. I don't think I've ever seen a product like that before. So I'm going to use this almost as my base for my foundation, just to add a little bit of moisture to my skin. I'm not going to put this directly onto my face because I don't want to cross-contaminate this. So I'm just going to pick it up with my fingers and just kind of put it on the areas of my face that I am a little bit dry. This definitely feels a little bit thick and heavy on the skin. I feel like if you had oily skin, you probably would not like something like this, but if you have extra dry skin, this could be something interesting. Like, this is definitely suited for my skin type, which is a drier skin type. I don't really feel like this would be, I don't know, the best everyday product unless my skin was really dry, because I almost worry that it's a little bit too heavy and too greasy. This does say that you can use it in the hair and on the body, so I'm kind of interested to see what this is like in the hair. So I'm gonna put this on my hands and just slick it back. I am wearing a hair mask in my hair today, so it's already very oily, but I feel like this could be nice to just throw in the hair if you wanna slick down your flyaways. Definitely doesn't hurt. All right, I think that's all I really got to say about this so far. Okay, let's talk the Miracle Balm. So from my understanding, this is just basically kind of a multi-use type of product, so you can use it wherever you see fit. There are some shades that are definitely more suited for blush shades. The shade Au Naturel is apparently a clear shade, so I guess that could be used really anywhere on the face. And then there are more like bronzier and deeper shades as well. So the shade that I ended up going with is called Magic Hour, and this seemed like a nice, hopefully like bronzy shade, especially for the summertime. So let's just like break into this and see what the texture is like. So I'm just gonna dip my finger in here, grab a little bit of the product. You definitely don't need as much as I just picked up, that's for sure. I can tell already. Oh, it feels so thick. Ooh, it's so weird. That's what it looks like when it's actually blended onto the skin. It's not as pigmented as I expected. For some reason, I really thought this would give me much more of like a bronzy glow. It seems like it really just gives the slightest hint of warmth, and it also gives a really nice glow. So I'm just gonna take a little bit of what I have on my fingers here and just start to apply it like on my cheekbones. This actually feels very similar to the Hippie Balm. Feels like it's almost the same base. It's very heavy on the skin and kind of greasy feeling. I don't know if I love that or if I hate that, I'm not gonna lie. But I feel like if you have both of these products, like the Hippie Stick and this, and you want to use them at the same time, I feel like it's one or the other, because with both of them, I do feel like it's actually a little bit too heavy. I'm confused. I really am. I genuinely do not know how I feel about this product. So I do like the effect that it's giving my skin, but it's also not blowing me out of the water either. Because I feel like there's other products that I have in my collection that give me a skincare-like glow that don't feel this heavy, because this almost feels like Vaseline on my skin. Like, can you hear this? That's the sound of like my skin sticking to my finger as I'm pulling it up. I feel like this is a moment I've been waiting for, the moment you've been waiting for. Let's talk about the What the foundation. So it is a tinted moisturizer balm meets traditional foundation that's supposed to blend seamlessly onto the skin, leaving you with an even, fresh complexion that looks like your skin on its best day. It's supposed to have buildable light to medium coverage, and there's 12 different shades. So this is what the product looks like. It comes in a jar. I ended up getting the shade Beige, which I actually think was a good call on my end. I feel like this is gonna match me well. This is not supposed to be a full coverage foundation. I think it's important to manage expectations when it does come to certain types of foundations, because there are foundations that are just simply not supposed to be full coverage foundations. So even if you build them up or add a really thick layer, they will likely just not add that coverage because that's just not simply what they're meant to do. Bobbi Brown actually recently posted a video showing that you basically are just meant to use a very small amount of product because it's just meant to give you a very skin-like, natural looking, light coverage finish. So I'm gonna use a clean brush over here. This is my Sigma and Samantha Concealer Blend Kabuki brush. And I'm going to literally take the smallest amount of product. That much. And let's just see what that gives me. I'm just gonna like start to dot this around my face just to evenly distribute some of the product. It's actually very interesting because when you look at this product, you're like, holy shit. This looks like it's gonna be really thick. It's a very interesting and kind of a strange texture. It almost like disintegrates in the skin. Like it feels like it gets a little bit watery. It doesn't feel thick at all. So that is not what I expected, just even looking at the product. So I'm gonna just take the brush and just start to blend it in. See what it does. I will say I really personally do not love the idea of a potted foundation like this. I do definitely prefer something like a pump, but it seems like with this type of formula, I think it would just sit too thickly in a pump, and that's probably why they did opt for a jarred foundation. I just don't feel like it's the most hygienic. Yes, you can totally just go in with like a spatula or the back of your foundation brush, but even that I feel like just kind of gets a little bit gross because this whole thing is just exposed to everything in the air, and I just don't love that. It's not my preference. I can definitely see right away that this is a very lightweight product. It's not giving me heavy coverage at all. It's kind of just lightly covering up my redness and then meshing into the skin almost immediately, which I do actually really like. I'm enjoying this finish so far. And I'm just very lightly building it up a little bit. It doesn't seem like it's the most buildable foundation. I'm telling you right now, if you have oily skin, I would probably stay far away from this. So far, all the products that I've tried, I feel like if you have oily skin, you would just simply not like. I feel like they're all very hydrating, and they definitely have slip to them. So I feel like this is the most I'm going to get when it does come to the coverage with this product. I personally really love more sheer, lightweight, tinted moisturizer-esque foundations. That's what I prefer to wear day to day, especially. Because I don't like it when my skin feels super heavy. So this is definitely very up my alley, but I definitely do still see like a lot of my natural texture and even my redness peeking through. It didn't blanket out at all, but again, like I'm totally okay with that, especially for like a day-to-day foundation. I also really like the way it's sitting on my skin. It's sitting very naturally. I almost can't even see it, which is really nice. Like when I look really close, it just looks like I'm wearing skincare. And that's actually something that Bobbi Brown had said in one of her demo videos. She said that there's specific oils in here that are really meant to melt into the skin, and that's why it ends up looking like skincare on the face and not really like makeup. Like this gives me a true no makeup look. And the one thing I will say that I'm not such a fan of is the way that it feels on the face. It feels sticky. It feels like this is just not gonna set down. It feels like it's going to transfer. Like if I rub my hand on my face, it's coming off. But it's only been like 5 minutes, so we gotta wait, we gotta see. Who knows what it's gonna look like in 8 hours from now, but we are going to be testing that out for sure. So those are my first impressions on the What the foundation so far. So now I'm gonna go in with the face pencil. This is basically a coverage pencil. I don't wanna say that it's specifically meant for concealer because it seems like you can basically use this for anything. So I ended up getting the shade 7, which looks a little bit too peachy yellow for my liking, but we're gonna use it anyway. Honestly, I normally don't love concealers that come in this type of format because I always find them to be pretty drying. So I'm really interested to see what this formula is actually going to look like. I'm kind of just drawing it on my face. I'm also going to add some around my nose, on my nose and on my chin, just to add a little bit more coverage. This definitely doesn't feel as dry as I expected. It has much more of a creamy texture than other like pencil concealers that I've tried in the past. I almost feel like it'll blend better with my finger, so I'm just gonna go in with my finger. This formula is not what I expected. It's better than I expected. It's definitely creamier than I expected. Similar to all the other products that I've tried, even though I feel like it's looking nice on the skin, I feel like it's sitting heavier in the way that it feels. This is definitely a product that I will want to set with just a little bit of powder, because I feel like this would be a creasy mess in like 10 minutes. So this is my Pat McGrath under eye powder. I'm just gonna put a little bit of this just underneath my eyes just to set it in place. The coverage is also nice. It has definitely more of like a light to medium coverage, more coverage I would say than the foundation. Let's move on now to blush and highlighter. Let's put on the blush first. This is the Lip and Cheek Stick. And this one is in the shade Rosy Brown. Looks to be pretty sheer. I do really like this color. It seems to be a really nice rosy brown, exactly what the name suggests, but it looks very sheer, especially once it's blended out. But let's see what it looks like. I'm gonna draw it directly on my face. I love that color. These are the types of blush colors that I've been going to the most recently. I feel like it just makes you look so sun-kissed. I'm just gonna use a brush just to blend it out. I feel like you could very easily just blend this out with the fingers too. Yeah, this is definitely very sheer. What does this remind me of? I feel like this actually reminds me of the Ilia cream blushes that I just used in my last video. I feel like this is a very beginner friendly cream blush, great for day to day because it does blend so nicely and easily. It's not like crazy pigmented where you have to, you know, have a million tools to blend it out. I do like this. I don't love it though. I feel like it's not a very buildable blush, and I do prefer that, especially if a blush is so sheer like this is, that at least it is buildable, because that just gives me the versatility of being able to get, you know, a sheerer look as well as being able to get something a little bit more intense if I do want it. I feel like this would be something that I would pass on. I don't love this formula. Let's put on this highlighter. This is the Shimmer Face Oil. I'm very interested to see what this is gonna look like, how shimmery it's actually going to be. So this comes in a pump. That actually looks very pretty. You know, for something that's called a shimmering face oil, there's actually not even shimmer in here. The texture is very serum-like. I did get the shade Midas, which is very pretty and champagne golden. And I'm just gonna blend it into my skin with my finger on the high points to add a glow. I don't really have any crazy opinions on this highlighter. I feel like it looks nice. Gave me a very subtle, natural looking glow. Do I have other highlighters that give me this exact type of look? Yes, so it's not really blowing my socks off. It's a very matte product for me. Let's move on to the eyes, because I have some fun eye products here. So I got a couple eyeshadow products. I got these guys. We have the Best Eyeshadow in Dark Brown. Very excited about this color because it gives you that richness and that depth, but it's not black. I also picked up the Just a Sec eyeshadow, and this one is in the shade Golden Peach. It looks like a shimmery top coat type situation. And then I got some liquid shadows. They're called the Sparkle Wash. And I got the shade Gilded and Midas. And I was like, oh my God, could these very possibly be similar to Kosas Globe? They kind of look like maybe they're in the same realm. I'm very interested, very excited to try these. I also picked up some eyeliners. We have the black eyeliner and the brown eyeliner. So we'll see how those are as well. So I'm gonna try and use a little bit of everything. So I think I'm gonna go in first with the Just a Sec eyeshadow in Golden Peach, and I'm gonna pick it up with my finger. Ooh, it's like one of those like cream powder hybrid formulas. I'm gonna put this all over my lid. For a one and done eyeshadow, I love something that's light and sparkly, and I feel like that's the whole vibe for this eyeshadow line. That's why it's called Just a Sec. So you can just kind of throw something on and have something really nice and pretty. This is definitely really pretty. I could totally see myself wearing this day to day because it's not overly shimmery or sparkly or too intense, but it gives a little bit of a nice glow. I feel like you almost can't even see it on the lids very much on camera, but it just adds like a very, very subtle wash of sparkle. I feel like people with more mature skin would really appreciate a formula like this because it's definitely not chunky at all. The shimmer in here is very, very fine and very subtle. So this isn't going to be something that's going to really accentuate texture on the eyes. I feel like my mom would actually really enjoy this type of formula. Again, is it blowing me out of the water? Not really, but it's pretty. It's not bad. These are what I'm really excited about. Okay, let's swatch both of them on the back of the hand because I have two different shades. Both these shades honestly look pretty much identical in the tube, so interested to see what they look like swatched next to each other. So let's do that. Ooh. Okay, these are definitely much chunkier in sparkle. So this is Midas and this is Gilded. Gilded definitely has more of like a stronger light gold undertone. I think I'm gonna go with Midas. It's so funny, I feel like on the eye it actually looks so different, so much more subtle than when you just swatch it full on the skin. I actually do not like that. I don't like the way that applied. I feel like it didn't really apply very smoothly, and it's not really giving me the glittery effect that I was hoping it would give. Like, it looks so gorgeous in the tube, but I don't know, in application, I just don't love it. I wish it had kind of a finer but more intense shimmer similar to Kosas Globe. I'm still looking for that perfect dupe. So I would probably say that these two eyeshadow formulas are okay, but they're not blowing me out of the water. So let's try the dark brown color. So this is in the shade dark brown. It's literally called the best eyeshadow. So if you're gonna call a product the best, then it has to be the best. Like, there's no room for, oh, maybe next time. No. If this is supposed to be the best eyeshadow, this better be the best eyeshadow. So I'm going to apply this kind of as an eyeliner. I'm gonna take this Katie Jane Hughes in Spectrum 12 brush and see if it applies how I want it to. Oh yeah, baby. That's what I'm talking about. Look at that pigment. It is applying smoothly. Oh yeah. Okay, to get an eyeshadow to appear that rich right off the bat, and I'm not wearing primer or anything, that's actually pretty insane. That is intense. And this color is exactly what I want it to be. Dare I say this is probably my favorite product I've applied so far. And it's literally a brown eyeshadow. This is just a good eyeshadow. Look at how intense that is, guys. It looks like an eyeliner. This is probably one of the best brown eyeshadows I think I've ever used. Just gonna blend top edge a little bit. Love this eyeshadow. If you're gonna get anything from this video, I think it should be this brown eyeshadow, man. It's really good. Wow. Unexpected. Okay, let's try one of these pencil liners. Let's see how they apply. They look like pretty basic pencil liners. They also aren't applying like super creamy on the skin over here, but kind of just applying like a nice basic liner. You know how some liners almost have a gel-like consistency? This definitely is not a gel-like consistency. Yeah. that about sums that up. Let's see how it applies on the skin. Just gonna put it at the base of my lashes. I mean, it seems like it's applying nicely. I do definitely prefer a creamier pencil liner. I just find they're kind of easier to use, but I mean, it's fine. I wouldn't run out to buy this though. I don't feel like it's, again, anything too crazy special. Doesn't excite me. It's fine. I'll probably use it, but again, not obsessed. Let's just see the black. I don't love that. It almost swatches more like a dark gray than like a really rich black. And when I want a black eyeliner, I want black. So the eyeshadow, that's a yes for me. I think that's almost all of the products that I have here. The last product that I have to try are the lip products. I have two of the glosses. We have the Cool Gloss in the shade Golden Shimmer and then one in Clear. Let's try the Golden Shimmer because Clear is clear. It smells actually like the Hippie stick. Texture's nice. Very minty. Very minty. If you do not like minty glosses, you will not like this. But if you like minty glosses, you will really like this. For some reason, anytime I see a gloss in a tube like this, I expect it to be thick and goopy, but it's not at all. It's actually very lightweight and kind of feels almost oily in texture. Like it has like a slip to it. It has a minty sensation and cooling effect, which is why I'm assuming it's called Cool Gloss because it literally feels cooling on the lips. And this particular color is definitely very subtle. It's not a super pigmented gloss. I would be happy to throw something like this in my bag to just like pop on throughout the day. I think it's nice. Again, am I obsessed with it? No. but it's pretty. So because this is a first impression and not a review with all of these products, I will definitely have to continue to try them out before I really give you guys my final stamp of approval or my final stamp of disapproval. But I definitely have some initial thoughts on a lot of these products, and I can kind of tell the direction that at least they're going to be going in. So starting off first with the Hippie stick, I feel like this would be something I would probably pass on from the brand. I like the idea that you are able to use this on different areas of your face, body, and even hair. I think it's nice to be able to have something maybe in your purse to just pop on where you may feel a little bit dry, especially if you have extra dry skin. The problem that I had with this is I felt like it was very heavy feeling. It felt very Vaseline-like on the skin, and I just don't love that when it comes to a product. I'm very particular with my texture. So for me, this would be a product that I would pass on, but I can see people really enjoying a product like this at the same time. So obviously take my opinion with a grain of salt. Moving on to the Miracle Balm. This is a very interesting product, and I definitely would love to try other shades in this range, even the deeper shades, because I felt like this maybe wasn't even as bronzy as I would have liked. I was really hoping this would make me look a little bit more sun-kissed. Maybe if you are more fair, this particular shade would do that for you, but for me, it kind of just added a very subtle hint of warmth and then that skincare-like glow. Similar to the Hippie stick, I felt like it felt a little bit heavy and sticky. I can see myself using a product like this more in my no makeup days when I just want my skin to have a glow without necessarily putting on foundation. This is definitely something that I'm gonna have to continue to play around with and get a better sense of kind of where this fits my routine. The foundation. Whenever I try foundations and I'm like, yeah, it really looks like skin, there's a general understanding that like, even though it looks like skin, it still looks like you're wearing foundation, right? This is, I think, one of the few products that I've tried that literally does not look like I'm wearing foundation. I just look very heavily moisturized. It's very interesting. Again, I really think the key here is to use a small amount of product and to have the expectation that this is not going to be a full coverage product at all. But again, similar to all the other products, it's sticky, man. It's sticky and I just don't like that texture. I'm not gonna write it off purely because of the texture. Still definitely gonna try this out and see how I feel about it after trying it a couple times, but that is my general feeling. The face pencil, I'm very meh about this face pencil. I don't hate it, I don't love it. I feel like it gave me okay coverage. It looks fine on the skin. For a concealer, I just feel like it's not really wowing me. I don't really see myself going towards this a lot, but I don't think it's a bad product. Just not my absolute favorite type of concealer that I've tried. For the blush, not my favorite cream blush that I've tried. I can definitely appreciate a sheer blush, but I do prefer sheer blushes that are at least buildable. But I think I would probably take this out for more like a no makeup day when I want a little bit of color, but really not much at all. The oil highlighter, it's another product that kind of sits in the middle for me. Like it gave me a really nice glow, very skin-like, but it didn't wow me. I feel like I have other products that kind of do the exact same thing as this, so it's just nothing new and exciting. For example, this foundation is something that's new and something that I really do not have in my collection, and that's what excites me, especially when I try new makeup products. Bar is always set a little bit high, I think. For the eye products, none of these really wowed me. I feel like people with more mature skin would really like the Just a Sec eyeshadows though, because they give you that shimmer without being chunky. They're very subtle and not too intense or in your face. So if you're into something like that, then you may really like this. I don't know what to say. This is my favorite product I tried today. The best eyeshadow in dark brown. Everybody needs this. This is probably one of the best dark brown eyeshadows I've tried. Eyeliners, just a no. And the gloss is nice. It's a nice gloss. Nothing bad to say about it. Overall, I feel like this was a nice first experience with Jones Road. I feel like the only product that I really fell in love with right off the bat was the eyeshadow. Other than that, I'm just excited to continue to play with these base products more than really anything else. Hi, I was gonna say it's Jamie. Obviously it's Jamie. It's 6 p.m. I've been wearing everything for the last 6 hours. I wanted to do a quick update. My opinions have stayed the same in some ways, and it has actually changed in others. I'll get into it. Here's a close-up of my skin after 6 hours of wear. Everything is still looking really nice, still very skin-like. It's not like separating in any way. More or less, it pretty much looks the same as it did when I first applied it. So that's good. But what's not good is the texture and the feel of it. I don't know if it's just the foundation or if it's the combination of the Hippie stick along with the Miracle Balm with the foundation, but my skin feels so sticky and all I want to do is take off my makeup. My sister's making this face behind the camera because nobody likes a sticky face, right?
No.
Never. And I have it.
Hard life.
It is. Like I was like, okay, I want to do this update so I could take off this makeup. It just feels gross, honestly. Still definitely going in a good direction though as far as the way that it looks. So we will continue to try everything out and just see kind of if I can fix that issue that I'm having or if that's just what it is. Something that I did change my mind on is actually the eyeshadow. Sometimes when I film in front of my artificial lights, the sparkle in certain shadows don't look as nice as they actually look in person or in natural light. And I actually find that that was the case for these shadows. It's so much sparklier and nicer than it looked when I was in front of those artificial lights. And I actually can't stop kind of catching my eye in the mirror and just looking at little sparkles. I just think it's really pretty. And I really like that it's not super intense and sparkly. Like the sparkle is there, but it still feels very wearable. So I do think I like the liquid sparkly shadow more than I did when I first applied it. Do you want to touch my face and see what it feels like? Touch it. Ew!
No.
Did you hate that?
Yeah.
It was so gross. I want her to tell me what she thinks of what my face looks like.
It looks glowy. It doesn't look cakey. Maybe a little there.
Okay.
I don't know anything about makeup.
I
can't even see the product on your cheeks.
Right?
Or your forehead.
No.
No, just your chin.
Okay. By the way, I wanted to add, because I'm not wearing the other products like on this part of my face, the foundation is the only product that's here. So it's not the other products that are layered on top of the foundation that's making it feel this way. This is just the foundation. And then up here, it's even worse because it's all those other products. Yeah. So there you go. Let me give you a nice close-up. But that is it. I hope that you guys enjoyed today's video. Let me know your thoughts on everything that I tried today if you've tried it yourself, and hit the thumbs up button if you did enjoy today's video, and subscribe if you're not subscribed already. I'll see you guys in the next one.